Greetings again, Clash fans, or weird people that watch other people's videos that don't ever care at all about Clash of Clans, but are wanting to look at videos. I did have somebody subscribe to the account this morning that had asked a question about Town Hall 10s attacking Town Hall 12s. No, Town Hall 10s attacking Town Hall 11s, and asking if we'd be able to maybe provide some feedback or some examples or opportunities. And I do have a couple of really great Town Hall 10 attackers that picked off a couple Town Hall 11s, which we'll take a look at after we jump in and take a swing at somebody else here. We do have, I want to go for more of a fresh hit just so that we can kind of start from scratch. Plus this one is a little easier to get to because it's closer to the edge. Runner Rebels took a shot at this one. Brand new Town Hall 10, still Town Hall 9 troops. We're very outmatched in this war where they have Town Hall 12s all the way down to base 9. We only have 5 Town Hall 12s and we have 5 Town Hall 10s in this war, and they have 0 Town Hall 10s. So our Town Hall 10s trying to do a little bit more work. We'll come back on these attacks just to show you again, exposed Town Hall on the outside. The anti 3-star base is a little bit easier for people to get in and get a 2nd star. But the true challenge for a Town Hall 10 attacker going after a Town Hall 11 will be trying to get into the middle of a base. Let's see this one here. It's not too far from the perimeter. That's not necessarily the kind of thing people are looking to learn. Okay, here we go. So we got a Town Hall in the middle of the base, right? This is where I'm going to talk up a big game about how we're going to get in here and then whiff and get 1 star or 0 and then laugh, and I'll post it anyway and then show some other attacks. Number one rule to remember with Clash of Clans, nothing is guaranteed, nothing is perfect. I've posted plenty of videos of good attacks, I've seen plenty of good attacks in my time, and not everything goes according to plan. So for Town Hall 11, it's all about damage. There are really the number one skill you need as a Town Hall 10 hitting a Town Hall 11, or even a Town Hall 11 hitting a Town Hall 12, you need to be able to count. Because if you can't count, and if you can't add and subtract, you're going to be in deep trouble trying to figure out how to get to the Eagle Artillery or to the Town Hall in a base. So the main thing that I start with in any base, I look and see what kind of fringe buildings I can pick off, assuming perfect stuff and there isn't like some troll Tesla sitting right here waiting to zap the minion that comes in to take care of it. But I check to see where minions can get in and do some damage. And you look at the air troops over here, you've got, so call it 3 buildings. You can get this elixir collector and these 2 barracks with minions without having to worry about anything. There is possibly, you could do an archer. Yeah, some archers maybe could get that elixir storage. You go over here, we've got no air troops here. That's very kind of them. There might be a Tesla or 2 hidden someplace in here, or even right here that'll could potentially blow a hole in these plans. But you got to look for every angle you can possibly get. It looks like you got 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly 5, 6, 7, maybe if you get super lucky, 8 buildings that you'd be able to get in here. So not bad. The key here is we're trying to get to 50 buildings. This air defense actually is not covering, and that's a ground expo, none of that covering these buildings here, but that archer tower is covering a couple. We might actually choose to spend a haste spell and 3 balloons to get in here and kill this archer tower so that a few minions would be able to take these guys down here. Not a whole lot of other fringe stuff that we'll be able to get to. So the plan will be to pick off some of these external buildings up here, pick off a few if we can up here, pick off some on the side here. And judging by the layout of this base, I'm very tempted to take a route away from the Inferno Tower as much as possible so my wall wrecker can penetrate. I'm probably thinking we come this direction with the wall wrecker from down here, which means we can start counting most of this quadrant in here as buildings that we could take down with the right funneling, the right pathing to get in there. Usually when you're using Town Hall 10 going after Town Hall 11, you're not using balloons and hogs and stuff that can leave you with a 1 star. I'm usually thinking bowlers, Valkyries in the clan castle, possibly a witch or 2, possibly a couple of Valkyries to try and get in there. Sometimes I will go with a queen walk. I'm not going to take a shot with a queen walk this time around because the other attacks that were already made that I'm going to post are also queen walk attacks. So we're going to go for, we'll call it 10 minions to try and help pick off some of this perimeter. And I'm going to go with a golem to help tank for the wall wrecker. probably a half a dozen Valkyries, maybe some bowlers, a witch or two, a couple giants. Let's see what we can actually just muster up here. So if we say we're going to grab 20 minions, maybe we'll say 15 minions, and all this is somewhat organic, and I'm going, we'll say 10 archers, we'll go with 3 wizards. If we did bring 3 balloons and a haste spell to try and take out that archer tower, maybe we'll go 4 balloons just to be safe. A pair of giants in there, a golem to help tank, 2 witches, and that would give us 14 bowlers. We could fit a few more troops in here. We could get a couple of wall breakers for emergencies, an extra pair of wizards in there. Baby dragon actually might even be better up top there. Maybe what we'll do is take a couple of these minions out, a few archers and a wizard, and give myself 2 more there, and put another minion back in there. All right, there we go. And we don't need heal spells. We're not trying to keep stuff alive. We're trying to get damage and get to the core. So we're going to want at least 3 rage spells. I almost always bring a jump spell for security. I'm usually tempted to bring an earthquake spell because there's been plenty of times where I've tried to get through an attack and seen an earthquake spell would have been great for me to help deal some additional damage to some of the bigger units. I'm going to pop back over. Which one were we looking at? Was it this one? Earthquake spell right in here actually would hit the town hall, the clan castle, and the eagle artillery, which have a tremendous amount of hit points. 4,400 hit points there, 4,000 hit points there, and of course the town hall, 6,800 hit points. Would take a good chunk off of the town hall. No idea what's inside that clan castle, although a free spell might be good to try and slow one of those inferno towers on this side of the base if we need to. What we're going to do is we're going to opt for the freeze to be able to try and help us with the inferno tower. It's only a level 2 freeze. Would certainly be nice to have a better one. I'm going to test my conviction on putting a waste 4 balloons is 20 troops plus a haste spell. They might take down something else in here. That's a good chunk of buildings to be able to get, like picking off these 5 buildings here, plus that 6th. I think it's worth the risk. We're going to go ahead and give it a shot and see what winds up happening. I'm actually thinking I might even wind up going with just some wall breakers, maybe golem over here and wall breakers to try and get into this quadrant, and then use the wall wrecker somewhere right over here by this gold storage to get a little bit more of a broad range of penetration there. The main thing is not going to be to deploy too many troops so that I can keep that eagle artillery under control until it's down, and then hopefully use my heroes to pound through to the middle. I was anticipating that I would wind up using Valkyries in the clan castle, which I already loaded myself up there. And heroes are alive. We'll just burn some gems here to get that army composition ready to go. And we sort of already talked through it. I'm just going to go ahead and jump in and hope that things wind up turning out not horrifically, and we'll get cracking. So usually you got plenty of time and patience that you can go through in these attacks here. I'm going to go 1 minion here, 1 minion here, figuring this minion will come over to this dark barracks there. I'm going to go 2 archers there, which by the end of the attack should be able to take down that stuff. I'm going to go baby dragon over here. I was going to use some minions, but I'm going to see how that baby dragon winds up holding up. I'm going to go ahead and place the haste spell right here. I'm going to go ahead and go with 3 of the balloons and got that archer tower. So then we can go some minions. Yeah, I think that was a really smart move to go after that one. Out of the range, nice. That'll help create a little bit of a funnel for if we come back on that side during the attack. I don't think there's a lot of other stuff that we're going to be able to get there. If I drop anything here, yeah, you know what? So that Tesla took out the baby dragon. I'm going to go and put a giant in here. That wizard should get at least 1, maybe 2 of those buildings if we're lucky. So currently we're at 20%. It looks like I'm going to be able to get just a few more oops. I needed that giant. Oh no, some stupid skeletons. So they're going to draw those troops in, kill that giant. I might not even kill those skeletons, and that'll be a real pain if they run around and start killing my troops. Yeah, I'm gonna have to burn a few more guys over here. That wizard will take care of them. Okay, so still running all right without the Eagle artillery having turned on. Now here's where things are going to start to get a little bit messier, a little bit dicier. I am going to put my Archer Queen here. I am going to go with the Wall Wrecker and the Barbarian King outside. I'm going to get a Witch over here, and here I'm going to go ahead and start spamming. I want that Rage spell because I want those Wall Breakers to get in there. And this Freeze spell, Poison, we got some troops coming out. Definitely going to want that Freeze spell to take a shot at the... I want that Clan Castle to get in there. Barbarian King standing with his feet frozen. So I've got the 1-star. At this point, I really just need to get to the Town Hall, which is certainly a possibility. I will greatly appreciate it if my Barbarian King... Oh, not going to happen. Archer Queen's in there. It's not gonna happen. That Inferno Tower is gonna get me. Spam more troops and pray. Nope, not gonna happen. So, really came very close there. You know, so it's a pretty solid base. Level 14 Archer Towers all around. Strong Inferno Towers. Didn't quite get there. Now, I think if I had planned this part here a little bit more effectively, I could have gotten in a little bit deeper. But there you go. The... audience requested whopping 1 star when I'm trying to get 2. But again, that's the way the game winds up playing out sometimes. Just as a couple of other attacks, so there's at least something useful to see out of here. One of my longtime clanmates, on and off, Jack, who is in, I don't even know how to pronounce that other clan's name, went with a Queen Walk, somewhat closer to the perimeter town hall here. So I will go a little bit quicker through the attack when you've got a perimeter. So starting with similar stuff, right? You see some archers popping up around the outside. You got a Queen Walk starting on the outside here. Need to get that Eagle artillery and that Clan Castle taken care of. Lots of patience coming in here with this attack, just making sure that we're going to be able to get into the Eagle artillery. We're going to get the Clan Castle troops triggered, and then here comes the main bulk of the attack, which is miners. And you can see this beautiful path cutting right over here, so that the miners, when they come in, are going to focus on this side and start moving down this direction. And I don't want to go too fast. So Archer Queen takes out the Eagle artillery. We've got heal spells running down here. The miners are taking... This is good pathing right here, right? That's all it's about, is making sure that when the troops are headed in, you know what they're doing. We cleared out a path over here. The miners are just moving straight across. Miners are a troop that they're relatively easy to figure out what they're going to do because they go for the closest troop and they ignore walls. Nice straight line all the way across, headed into the town hall. Heal spells, helping the miners, of course, even when they're underground. Got quite a few of them in there banging away at the town hall. Town hall goes down. Couple of fringe buildings there. Archer Queen still able to take her time, popping through the base. And the Archer Queen spends a good chunk of time just pounding through walls and running around here and cleaning up some extra troops. I mean, a few extra buildings to get the 2 stars. Really well executed. Again, Town Hall 10 going after a Town Hall 11. Thanks, Jack, for putting that one up there for us to see. And one of Jack's other bases actually coming in here on this one. Same troop composition. You know, we're going Archer Queen walk with this, actually stronger heroes. That last attack was lower level Archer Queen. She was only level 23, I think. You know, a couple of troops here, some minions. You know, it's all about counting. How many troops can I deploy before the Eagle turns on? How many troops can I deploy to get fringe buildings taken care of for me? Archer Queen coming in down on this opposite side over here, sitting there with a bunch of healers on her, taking her time. She's working her way through. And Jack, exercising the patience he always does in these attacks, just giving the Queen an opportunity to do her work. Again, we're not going for 3, we're not going for anything other than that 2nd star and 50%. And usually what that takes is a big chunk of patience. So we can see here, nice, beautiful funnel carved out. The miners are not even going to consider straying until they destroy this Archer Queen altar right here. by which time if they do happen to go this direction, you could lose some, but they're going to be destroying these buildings out here, which are going to keep a good chunk of them heading in toward this town hall. Now this one winds up being a much closer attack than the last one, because we wind up getting just over the 50%. Archer Queen gets torched by the baby dragon as it's in there with the ice golem, freezing her up. But we're at that 52%, and the troops do not last a heck of a lot longer than that. Used up a bunch of spells in the middle there. P.E.K.K.A winds up going down, but that 55% and that second star are a great way to go. Always with the town halls that are a little bit on the edge, sometimes people make the mistake of like rushing all their troops right in here, and a lot of times it doesn't wind up paying off. So, you know, unfortunately a fail for me on that one in terms of trying to get to that second star. We'll just really quickly run back through here to see, you know, where a lot of the stuff going according to plan, and sometimes you just need a little bit of extra push, a little bit of luck to get things. This hidden Tesla in here ends up taking down the, or it looks like maybe got hit by a balloon. So this was a good call here to take out that archer tower with those balloons. And ultimately, clearly the piece where I went wrong, I probably just did a little bit bad pacing and timing here between the golem and these troops getting these guys in here. I might have just been better off leaving all of my troops right on this side here and punching up through here instead of exposing my wall wrecker to that Inferno Tower, because ultimately that's really what killed me, was the Inferno Tower taking out that wall wrecker before it was able to pound through that last layer there. And I'm going to slow that one down a little. So wall wrecker froze. Oh no, it looks like the balloon got the wall wrecker, but just had a little bit too much to get through. Barbarian King obviously freezing up there because of that ice golem. If it had been another troop, who knows, maybe it could have turned out better, but you know, if wishes were wings, the majority of us would wind up being able to fly. Archer Queen with a prayer, you know, trying to take a shot there. Who knows, maybe I'd have been better off with a earthquake spell softening up some of those buildings. Perhaps they would have gone down a little faster. That town hall still wouldn't have gone. But, you know, that's the way it crumbles. Hope you enjoy the video. Go ahead and hit the like button. Even if you like my 1 star, you gotta love it. This is Trample Damage. Hope you enjoy the attack, and we'll definitely come at you again with some other Town Hall 10 taking on Town Hall 11s. If nothing else, you at least see that the strategizing and the planning makes all the difference in the world in getting that 2nd star. Enjoy, guys.